Hello everyone! So I've been wanting to do an updated Crafty Space tour because I noticed I hadn't made one since March of 2014. So we're in January 2015, so this will be the Crafty Space tour for now. And I change around things a lot, so I don't know how long it'll stay like this, but it's been like this for a few months already. So I'm going to share with you guys. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, this is in my bedroom. So all this stuff is in my bedroom, so I'm limited on space, so I try to keep things more compact. It's not going to be an in-depth tour, so I won't go through every drawer, but I'll go through some of them. So let me get started before I start rambling. So quickly, right over there is just my Martha Stewart board and my tripod. I just leave them there for easy access. Then over here are my two colored drawers. One of them I got at Michael's about 2 or 3 years ago, and the other one I got at Aldi last year. So on top of them, so over here I have my stamps, and here I just have a card that I need to send out, but let me move that. So here are most of my stamps, or not most of them, but my clear stamps, mostly 4x6 ones, and they are sorted by alphabet. They're not technically in alphabetical order because I put the L, which should be here, I put it over there because it's larger and I didn't want to split it up. But they're just in these Avery L pockets in the fridge bin. Then under them are these photo boxes, and here I just have school supplies for the kids, so like crayons and erasers and pencils and those types of things are in here, so they're not really crafty related. Then here are the drawers, and there's some of them that I have to update because they've changed a bit, but most of them are correct. So here it says coloring, and these are just labels that I got at the Dollar General. So like here are stamping supplies, and back there are my Spectrum Noir pencils. This is one that I have to update because this also has coloring things as well. So I need to put a label on here that says that. Up here, which I forgot to show you guys, but up here is a little fabric tote. I got this about 3 years ago at Walmart. And here I keep all my 8x8 paper pads. Here's my envelope punch board. Right here are all of my dies. So they're just in these plastic sleeves. And I have these magnetic sheets. This side's empty. But I have these magnetic sheets with them, and they hold pretty well. And those are just 12x12 page protectors. I can't use the 8.5x11 because those sheets are, I think, 12x15, so that's why I use that. Then here's my ATG gun, my crocodile, and my odorless mineral spirits. Then let's get back to the drawers. Here are tools, so in there's like embossing powders and, well, let me just show it to you. So there, it's not very organized, but that's what I have in there. Then here are all my adhesives. This has watercolor paper and also some extra die cuts that I've done. This has wood veneers. This is what this one looks like. So I keep the smaller ones in these little containers from the Dollar Tree, and then the bigger ones that don't fit there are in this coloring box. So I just slip them in there, so like the Recollections glasses and mason jars and such. Then here are bling, enamel dots, and flatback pearls. Those are basically little tiny embellishments that I put on cards, and they're just thrown in there, and I'll just grab this whole drawer and take it to my desk and rummage through it. So there's that. Here are chipboard pieces, some paper straws, and miscellany. This has beads, and these are just the beads for making enamel dots. And I also have some Mod Podge in there. Here are punches and roller stamps. So this just has my border punches, and way in the back are some roller stamps. And then here are all of my wooden stamps, and then down there I have some divided, these are a little hard to take out, but these containers with little brads and googly eyes and stuff, and that's just under there. And I'll slowly come back up. So on this one, I already showed you guys this one. This has distressings and memento dewdrops. This says dies, which I have to update it, but it's basically die cutting stuff. So my Cricut mats and my cutting plates and wax paper, things like that. Here are some inks, embossing folders, washi tape, and glossy accents. So there's that. Doilies, oh wait, here it is. Flowers, doilies, and hearts. Stickles, Project Life cards, and sprays. 4x6 paper pads, and that's just miscellaneous stuff. So again, let me slowly come over here. Here I have this section between these drawers and this one, and I just have a few things there. So my mounting foam for my unmounted stamps, some page protectors, this mat that I use for filming, that's a little whiteboard, that's my scale that I use to weigh things when I'm going to ship them, and some baby wipes and my label maker. Over here are all of my 6x6 paper pads, and these are just 2 Sterilite containers. They have 3 drawers each, and I have a more in detail video on that, which I'll put the link down below. So I just have them by brand and in alphabetical order, except for this one. This says all other, and this has papers that I don't have much of. So like We Are Memory Keepers, I just have one, so I just put that here, and then some other ones. But this one has some specific ones, so Doodlebug, Echo Park, and so on. And as you can see, they're all in alphabetical order, so I can find what I'm looking for. I also have an online inventory where all of these paper pads are listed and I can see them. So if I look through that inventory and see one that I want to use, I know which drawer to go to and I can easily find them. So there's that. And then over here I have these drawers. The bottom one does not have craft stuff, and neither do those drawers, but these two do have crafty stuff. So this one has stamps. Quickly, let me see if I can open it. This one's a little hard to open because of the printer, but here are these stamps. This is not very organized, but as you can see, I have a ton of stamps in there. But this, again, I have an inventory that tells me which stamps are in this drawer, so I can know that I need to go into this drawer if I want to find it. So let me close this. And then there are my stickers, and I showed a video recently on that, which again I'll put a link below to how I store that as well. And that's basically it for this corner. So let's go to my desk. I'll quickly cover up. Okay, so here we are at my desk. This is underneath my desk, and over there I have 3 photo boxes. The bottom one is empty. The second one has, and it's kind of dark down here, sorry about that. This one has Spectrum Noir markers, and this one has Cricut booklets. Then all these binders have stamps, and again, I know what's in there because I have them in an inventory, and I also know which stamps are in which binder. So again, I can easily find them. And there's my paper trimmer. So let me show you this box. Let's see if I can hold it with one hand. Oh, that's heavy. Okay, I got it. So in this box, I have my Cricut booklets. But as you can see, it doesn't have the cartridges. Again, these are in alphabetical order, so I can easily find them, and I have them in an inventory that I can look at. But the cartridges, I keep them over here. So they're right here, and they're labeled on the top with the name. I haven't done these yet, but they're labeled on the top. I gotta put some more adhesive on them though, they're kind of unsticking. But they're very accessible like that, and I just keep them there. And I have this little lamp, which I had gotten at Walmart in the back to school sales. I got this about 3 years ago, and I like it because it has this electrical socket right there, so I can plug in my Cricut there when I want to use it, which I forgot to show it to you guys. Wait, I'll quickly go back over there. 1 second. So here we are. I forgot to mention this. So up here, above all these drawers, is my Cricut Create, and I just, when I'm going to use it, I just carry it. See, it has a handle. I just carry it to my desk and connect it to that lamp that you saw there, and just take out one of the cartridges and use it like that. So I forgot to mention that. So let's quickly go back to the desk again. Okay, so we're back at my desk, and just here's my desk, my things. I got this container at TJ Maxx, and I just keep my planner in there, and my little sketchbook. There's my TARDIS, and just a little angel that my sister gave to me years and years ago, at least probably 13 years ago. And then this is great for cleaning my desk. It's those Windex things. And that's basically it. So there's my crafty space. I hope I didn't make you guys dizzy with all the moving around. But that's my updated crafty space tour. So thanks for watching. Bye.